We are live. We are direct. She leads, she sells with Cathy Derksen, who helps women to step into their inspired tenacity by publishing and becoming that international best-selling author that they have always dreamed to be. To build their network, amplify their message, open doors to speaking on opportunities, and share their journey to inspire one person at a time. Kathy offers her programs to the conscious, smart women to really create the life of their dreams, sharing their stories and wisdom in a published book. Welcome, Kathy.
Thanks for having me.
Amazing. Tell me, it's rather interesting what you do. Who is your ideal client often who might want to write a chapter in one of your books?
I would say the main focus would be women who are entrepreneurs or higher in kind of leadership positions in the corporate world, ones that have life experience. They know it's valuable to share with women around the world. And those that do want to earn the title of international best-selling author, and even just having the word author in your profile puts you in a different category as far as, if you're looking for speaking opportunities, if you're looking for a promotion, if you're looking for clients for your business, there's just that different level of authority and credibility that comes just from having the word author in your profile.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing. Have you got any examples of people who have, written in one of your books and like attracted certain opportunities?
Definitely. Yes. Yes. I would say speaking opportunities are the most obvious ones. And find that people are quite quickly invited into different podcasts, summits, other live speaking opportunities. I've had several women that when they first started working with me had never published anything, thought maybe their story wasn't impactful enough to really, be a published author. And after doing one book with me, they were so inspired. They went on to do another book with me. And then within 2 years, published two of their own solo books on top of the books they've done with me. So it really, in a lot of ways, creates this feeling of opportunity and possibility beyond what they thought was possible.
Okay. And in terms of marketing, because we all got to get visible, how do you market so you get these authors coming into your world?
Yeah, yeah, a lot of my women, I meet them in different networking organizations that I'm part of now, but I've been doing this for a few years. It's really a lot of word of mouth as well. So women who have been in my books are promoting it and sharing it with their friends. And of course, the really fun part about being in these kind of books when you've got 20 women from all over the world participating in each book, when we go to launch, now you've got 20 communities around the world who are talking about the book, who are promoting the book, so really every one of those authors is being promoted in 20 communities around the world.
Some might say, what's in it for you to do this, to bring these authors together? Wouldn't you be better off writing your own book? So what is in it for you, some might say?
Yeah, that is a very good question. I definitely love helping women step into that position of sharing their story and finding the inspiration that comes from that. My previous careers had nothing to do with this. And so really this is where my calling, my passion has taken me. And I participated in my first anthology, so multi-author book, when I guess in 2019. And before that, I had never published anything. I hadn't even considered that I would ever publish anything. And I found that I loved the model of working together as a community. I loved you get to know the other people, you get connections and collaborations through the groups in each book. And we just launched a book a couple days ago, and that book was the 23rd book that I've been involved in. And of those, 9 of those are my books that I have created and brought through the whole process. So really for me, that really is where my calling is, bringing women together, building community, and I would say kind of the bigger picture is really focused on midlife women and helping them see that we're not finished. We are not old and obsolete, which is, what our cultures have told us after 50, you might as well go sit in the corner. But really, midlife, we are just getting started. We are just stepping into things that are our passion, things that bring together our expertise, our experience, everything that we want to share with the world. So that to me, that's what really brings me joy and makes my heart sing is having women realize I'm not done. There's so many other things I can do with my life.
Wow, I think that's a very noble cause that you have there. Let me know what the sales process is like, because this is She Leads, She Sells. We have to be paid for our work. So what does your sales process look like
Yeah. Yeah,
to
so basically with my books, because there is a whole team of people involved in it, we've got professional publishers, editors, formatters, graphic designers, and then of course myself as the curator. So basically each person who participates in the book pays a piece of that cost. And then that pooled funds get shared with all of the other people involved in the project. So really that's from my sales point of view, that's where the income comes from this process. And so basically, I put it out there in the world. LinkedIn is my main social media. I find LinkedIn is where my people are. It's where I find LinkedIn is a place that you feel more like you can trust the people you meet. Whereas I'm really kind of sick of Facebook and some of those others that you have no idea who you're really talking to or what they're up to or any of that. So LinkedIn is my main place where I'm meeting people. And so much of it is just that word of mouth, reaching out to women in different communities and introducing them to the idea. Because for a lot of women, they've never heard of this idea. They've never heard that they can become a published author by writing one chapter in a book.
amazing. That is a great way of pooling resources and getting people together. What's the big goal for 2026 for you?
Well, over the last 3 years, I've published 3 books per year, but I've got at least 5 that'll be out probably by the end of March into April. So this year will definitely be a year where I double the number of books that I put out. But one of the really exciting new things I've added, we're doing billboards in Times Square. So now not only am I helping my authors build visibility as an author, but now having their picture up in Times Square, and we go and we do a 3-day retreat. And so it really, again, becomes a visibility piece. Another one of those bucket list things you can check off, like, wow, I didn't think I'd ever be on a billboard in Times Square, but there I am. So that's kind of one of my new things. So we've already got a trip planned in March. So I'd imagine this year we'll do at least 2 trips.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing. Let me know, what are the actual benefits of being an author? I mean, maybe the first 6 letters of authority is author. But yeah, like what are the tangible benefits?
Yeah, I would say that authority, credibility, visibility are the really obvious ones. One thing I love the way that I design my books, I encourage the authors to write their chapter in a way that they're talking about their own journey, what they've learned along the way, and then sharing those tips, tools, strategies that could help the reader. But in doing that, they are now building that know, like, trust. So someone has now read their chapter, they feel connected with them, they feel like they understand their why, they understand, how they are helping people in the world now. So if people are coaches or other service people, those groups especially, it's a really powerful way for them to build that what everybody sees them as. So their branding, their recognition, their bigger story.
Okay, amazing. Talk to me about Midlife Awakening, and the journey for that particular book.
So, like I mentioned, really supporting midlife women is a huge part of what I do. So, the Midlife Awakening book was one we launched last year. And that was kind of one of our first midlife books. And then the one we just released this week is Midlife Reimagined. And so then after that, I'm now in the middle of creating what's the next one going to be. So will it be Midlife Reignited? Will it be Midlife, rewired? I'm playing around with other ideas, but it's really, again, they're an opportunity for midlife women to share the journey they've been on, what they've learned in that journey, and those tips and tools they can share with other women. Because, of course, we all want to help each other along the way. If I've learned something that I think could help you avoid making the same mistake or avoid a situation, then, sharing our stories is so powerful in lifting each other that way.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Tell me, in terms of what else are you looking to do apart from retreats? Are you looking to introduce some new services? Because of course you've got these people that know you, like you, trust you. So is there anything else on the cards in which you can service some of the people in your networks?
Yes, yes. Well, one of the things that I've been developing as part of the bundle of these packages is ways of learning how to use this opportunity to build your business, build your brand, build your visibility. So I bring in different guest speakers, things around, learning how to use social media more effectively, speaking skills, strategies for here's your book. Now, how do you use the book to amplify your brand? And so, bringing in speakers and trainers around that model, I think, is really helping them use the opportunity to actually build what they're doing in their business.
No, that makes complete sense. Leadership, to me, really leans into the emotional intelligence aspect of showing empathy for others and really understanding others. What does leadership mean to you in terms of your work? I know you're in contact with lots of people, so what does leadership mean to you?
Yes, and I've got a few books that are focused specifically on women in leadership, and to me, leadership is not about the title. It's not, the position that you've earned. Leadership is something that we all can do in every part of our life, whether it's at work, in our business, in our family, our community. Leadership is a way of being. It's a way of being a role model, supporting others on their journey, and really helping others expand themselves, promote themselves, move up in their own careers. So the book that I've got right over here, this was called Grit and Tenacity: Women Transforming Leadership in Business and Community. So that's a big part of what that one was focused on. And one of the ones I'm doing right now is called The Leader Within. So again, looking at, what are where did leadership start in that author's life? How are they using leadership to change the world and change their family, change their community?
Yeah. Speak to me in terms of the whole element of AI and how is AI affecting the world? Like, and in terms of the work that you do you use AI to um connect with people or to do the process, or is that outsourced? How does AI play out? Yeah.
Yes, yes. And so far I am a newbie in the world of AI. So I am learning some of these tools and strategies on how I can use AI in my business. As far as using AI in the writing process, I encourage people to not look at it as something that's going to write their chapter for them, but looking at it as a tool for ideas to like percolate, like what can I write about? What's the focus of my chapter? And then after they've finished their writing, to use it to, check their grammar, check the flow, check the energy that they put into it. So really use it more as that last step of, can I clean this up? Can I make this just read more smoothly? So those are the two ends that I suggest people could use AI in their writing. But definitely in my business, I need to get better at using all those tools because it's amazing.
Thanks for sharing. Let them know how they can contact you and connect with you and who you're looking for, in a sense.
Yes, yes. Yeah, the best place is to find me. So my website is inspiredtenacity.com. And on there you'll find information about my previous books. There's actually quite a few that you can do free PDF downloads of my previous books. You'll also find information about my current projects and ones that are coming up soon. So it's a great place for that. And as I mentioned, as far as social media goes, LinkedIn is where you'll find me most. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm just not as active. LinkedIn is my home base.
Amazing.
And who I'm looking for, always looking for women who understand the value adding author to their profiles and that actually see the value in sharing their story and helping others learn from their examples. So as I mentioned, one of my new books that's open for authors to step into is The Leader Within. Another one is called Rooted in Resilience. And then I've got one that actually has been in it as well, and it's called From Inspiration to Success, The Entrepreneurial Journey. And so again, in that case, they're sharing their own journey as an entrepreneur, what they learned along the way, but especially for people who serve business owners and entrepreneurs, it's a great way to give a sample, a taste of what their services are and how they might help entrepreneurs.
Amazing. Kathy, thank you so much for your time today. I love the vision. I love you're creating beautiful bodies of work, my sister.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here. And yes, I wish everyone a wonderful 2026.
She leads, she sells with Kathy Derksen. That's it. Kathy in the building.